What's up, everybody? Welcome on back to Hurdle Line here on your Sleep at Work network. I'm a contributor for the podcast of the YouTube channel. My name's Karl. Obviously, you see me on preview shows. Big breaking news happened about 3 p.m. this afternoon UK time, and that was New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh has been dismissed. He is fired. He is no longer the head coach of the New York Jets anymore. My first reactions to all of this, not surprising. I'm not surprised at the fact he got fired. Okay, I'm not, because he really should have been fired after the end of last season. What I'm more surprised about is the timing of the firing. It really didn't make much sense to me. Okay, his last 3 seasons, he's had 10 plus losses in every season he's had. He was on course to match Gus Bradley's tenure, which he went through 4 years of 10 plus losing seasons, and then he got canned. But what I don't understand is the New York Jets, they have fired him week 5. Now, I know it's after the London game, and it's not great. You know, Woody Johnson, he is the owner of the New York Jets. He's got all his billionaire buddies around him and all his friends around him saying, "How this is my franchise. I bought across the pond," and they put up a performance like that. You knew that there was going to be questions to be asked. Okay. Robert Saleh has had 3 straight seasons where he's had 10 plus losses, and they were in one of two minds. The Jets, they were either thinking of, do we fire him and get someone new in, ready for Aaron Rodgers? Or do we say, let's stick with him, let's see if he can cooperate with Aaron Rodgers? Well, it took them 5 games, and he has officially been canned. The statement from the New York Jets reads, by owner Woody Johnson. This morning, I informed Robert Saleh that he will no longer serve as the head coach of the Jets. I thanked him for his hard work these past 3.5 years and wished him and his family well moving forward. This was not an easy decision, but we are not where we should be given our expectations, beg your pardon, and I believe now is the best time for us to move in a different direction. Jeff Ulbrich, that's the defensive coordinator, will serve as our interim head coach for the remainder of the season. He is a tough coach who has the respect of the coaches and players on this team. I believe he, along with the coaches on the staff, can get the most of our talented team and attain the goals we established this offseason. The one part of that statement I do not like is the bit before it goes into the second paragraph, okay? And that is, I believe now is the best time for us to move in a different direction. So you're meaning to tell me that sacking a manager, or firing a coach rather, in 5 weeks into the NFL season is the right thing to do? If you were sitting at 0-5, or even 1-4 for that matter, I could probably say yeah. But this Jets team is incredibly talented. But this is what happens when you make a deal with the devil. When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, you sent so many planes over to California to go and get him for his services, because all I heard last season was Jets fans saying, "Oh, if we had a stud quarterback, we'll rule the NFL. We'll win the Super Bowl with a stud quarterback." Here they have one of the top 6 quarterbacks in the NFL, in Aaron Rodgers, a 4-time MVP winner, a former Super Bowl champion, a first ballot Hall of Famer. And they are making the excuses of, it's not Rodgers, he needs more weapons around him. You got given Adam Lazard. You have Mike Williams. You got Garrett Wilson. You got Nathaniel "Who Can't Hack It" as your offensive coordinator. And you mean to tell me that now you need more? So you're telling me you're going to trade for Davante Adams to come to the Jets to what exactly? I'll also say this as well. I can see why they fired Robert Saleh, because I already said on the 10 plus losses in all of his 3 seasons he's coached up till now. But I also have some sympathy for him, because there's two parts to this, okay? On the defensive side, the New York Jets in their first 5 games, they gave up 105 points. This year, they're only giving up 85. Now, okay, credit. Last year, they did play some more tougher opponents than last year, but it is what it is. But here's the bit that it gets really scratches my head more than anything else. The New York, if you take away the 32-19 loss to the 49ers in week 1, because week 1's always a bit of a mixed bag of everything, really. The Patriots beat the Bengals for crying out loud. No one was going to see that happen. But since week 2 up till now, the Jets have given up points of 17 to Tennessee, 3 to the Patriots, not hard, 10 to Denver, and now they've given up 23 to Minnesota. But if you take away the pick 6, the defense really only gave up 16 points. So they gave up 17, 3, 10, and 16. In these last 4 games that they've played, that the defense has been playing, they are giving up 11.5 points a game. 11.5 points is a Super Bowl caliber winning defense. But yet you fire Robert Saleh, who is a technical genius when it comes to defensive coordinators. Bearing this in mind, his last DC job was with the San Francisco 49ers. And you elected to fire him. He became the most unimportant person on that coaching staff, on that whole team. Aaron Rodgers got his way. Now, I don't know if Rodgers got told that Saleh was going to get fired or what. I don't know. There's something in between in all of this, okay? What I don't like out of all of this is the fact that Saleh has been canned, and it just bewilders me where the Jets go with this. Bearing this in mind, Woody Johnson has never, ever, ever fired a coach. Not in my lifetime anyway, but has never fired a coach in season. I think the last time the Jets done it was back in 1976, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the coach back then, I think that was 1 season to go, and he ended up resigning, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know where the Jets go from here. You know, is Jeff Ulbrich going to take him over the top? He hasn't been a head coach at the NFL level. He hasn't been a head coach at the collegiate level. So what gives me the enthusiasm to think that he can actually kickstart? Well, it's not really the defense that is the problem. It is the offense. And that brings me back to the quarterback. Rodgers got what he wanted. He got his players. He got his head coach. And now he's got Robert Saleh out the door. All of the pressure and all of the spotlight is now on Aaron Rodgers. There is no excuses now. If Joe Douglas manages to get Devontae Adams in and you still don't make the playoffs, where's the excuses going to come from? Or is Aaron Rodgers going to hightail it out of there with his tail between his legs because he realized this is not going to the Jets was not a good idea? We don't know that. We won't know until the end of the season. But as far as I'm concerned, look, Robert Saleh does deserve to be fired, but I do feel a little bit of sympathy for him. I hope he gets a DC job sooner rather than later. I think he's a very good defensive coordinator. But you see, some coaches are either very good coordinators or very good coaches. And honestly, I think Robert Saleh is better as a coordinator than a coach anyway. But that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow the podcast on Spotify as well. And remember, join us for preview shows on a Thursday night and join the lads on Monday night for the review shows as well. Until then, good night. God bless. And we'll see you soon.